Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Aplastic anemia. Aplastic anemia, refers to the syndrome of chronic primary hematopoietic failure and attended pancytopenia, that is anemia, neutropenia, and thrombocytopenia, or in simpler words, it is described as pancytopenia resulting from hypoplasia of the bone marrow. Etiological causes are autoimmune mechanism, which is seen in most of the cases or majority of the cases, while inherited or acquired abnormalities of hematopoietic stem cells, they are also observed, but they are less common. The main causes of aplastic anemia, they are categorized into acquired, chemical agents, physical agents, and inherited causes. The chemical agents, this category is very important because it causes majority of the cases of known cases of aplastic anemia. They are further classified into dose related and idiosyncratic. In the dose related, the cancer therapies, which are alkylating agents and antimetabolites, they are very important, and benzene, they causes reversible pancytopenia or reversible hypoplasia, while idiosyncratic reactions, they will cause unpredictable reactions, and the most important drugs in this categories are chloramphenicol and cold salts. Next is the physical agents. Physical agents, viral infections, they are very important, and hepatitis, which is caused by unknown virus, which is known as non A, non B, non C, non G types. They cause hypoplasia, and they are observed in 5 to 10% of the cases. And the whole body irradiation, which can be seen in a patient undergoing radiotherapy for cancer, and other chemical or other exposures, such as which are seen in the nuclear attacks. They also cause irreversible pancytopenia. And in inherited causes, Fanconi anemia and telomerase defect, they are very important. Fanconi anemia, it is an autosomal recessive disorder, and it is caused by a multi-protein complex defect, and this multi-protein complex it is required for the DNA repair. The patient, they usually present in earlier ages, and they have a growth retardation, and they have a congenital skeletal defect such as microcephaly or absent radii. They can also have kidney and other abdominal defects. The next is telomerase defect. This is an inherited condition, and it is usually seen in adult onset aplastic anemia. It affects 5 to 10% of adults. Pathogenesis, two major etiologies, they have been invoked. One is extrinsic immune mediated suppression of marrow progenitors, and intrinsic abnormality of stem cells. First, we will see the extrinsic immune mediated suppression of marrow. There is a activated T cell suppression of hematopoietic stem cell. But first, the stem cells, they are altered antigenically by exposure to drugs, infectious agents, or other unidentified environmental insults. Once the stem cells, they are altered, they will invoke cellular immune system, in which T cells, they are activated, and they will produce cytokines such as interferon gamma and tumor necrosis factor. These two mediators, they will suppress and kill hematopoietic progenitors, resulting in marrow hypoplasia. This is a schematic diagram in which a stem cell, it is altered by environmental insult or infections, and it will result in the appearance of different or antigens on the surface of cells, and it will also reduce the proliferation and differentiation of cells. When the cells, they have reduced proliferation, they will result in marrow hypoplasia, while when the antigens, they are different, it will invoke an immune response leading to release of cytokines, and it will ultimately result in marrow aplasia. There are proteins which are upregulated in cellular death and apoptosis. These proteins, they have also been observed to be upregulated in normal stem cells after exposure to interferon gamma. So when the proteins which are involved in the apoptosis and death pathways, they are activated in normal stem cells, it will also lead to the suppression of the marrow. And other evidence which will support the immune nature of this phenomena is immunosuppressive therapy. When the immunosuppressive therapy it is given in such patients such as cyclosporin, they will produce response in 60 to 70% of the patients. These therapies, they work by suppressing or killing the autoreactive T cells colon. When these T cells colon, uh, they are absent or they are killed, the cytokines, they are not released from these cells, and the myelohypoplasia, they can be preventable. And the second pathway which shows and the second mechanism which shows that the aplasia, it is a primary stem cell disorder. It is supported by the presence of karyotypic aberrations in many cases and their transformation into myeloid neoplasm such as myelodysplasia and acute myeloid leukemia. When the marrow insult or a predisposition to DNA damage, it is moderate, it will result in a limited effect on the proliferation and differentiation of the stem cell. But when the damage is extensive, it will lead to aplasia. Clinical features. Aplastic anemia, it can occur at any stage. It can occur at any age and in either sex, and it has a slowly progressive course. Initial manifestation, they vary somewhat depending upon which cell line is predominantly affected. If the red blood cells, they are affected, it will lead to anemia. If white blood cells are affected, it will lead to leukopenia or thrombocytopenia. But whatever cell line is affected initially, it ultimately pancytopenia will develop, in which all the cell lines, they are depressed. Anemia, if the patient presents with the anemia, it will cause progressive weakness, pallor and dyspnea. If the platelets, they are affected, resulting in thrombocytopenia, it will cause petechiae and ecchymosis. And neutropenia, it will manifest as frequent and persistent minor infections or the sudden onset of chills, fever and prostration. Splenomegaly is characteristically absent if the patient it presents with splenomegaly and he is having pancytopenia. Then the aplastic anemia, it is this diagnosis can be a very rare incident. The diagnosis, it rests on the examination of bone marrow biopsy. It is important to distinguish aplastic anemia from other causes of pancytopenia such as leukemic leukemia and myelodysplastic syndrome, which have a identical clinical manifestation. In aplastic anemia, the marrow is hypocellular, while in myeloid neoplasm, the marrow will be hypercellular and it will be filled with neoplastic progenitors. Lab investigation. In aplastic anemia, there must be at least two of the following, that is anemia, neutrophil count and the platelet count. If the anemia is usually less than hemoglobin is less than 100 grams per deciliter, and their appearance is normochromic, normocytic, and they can be macrocytic. And when they're macrocytic, the mean cell volume is often 95 to 110 femtoliters. The reticulocyte count is usually extremely low in relation to the degree of anemia. Neutrophil count is less than 1.5 into 10 raised to power 9 per liter, and the platelet count is less than 50 into 10 raised to power 9 per liter. these are the features of mild to moderate aplastic anemia. ठीक है, and there will be no abnormal cells in the peripheral blood. The severe cases, they will show neutrophil count of less than 0.5 into 10 raised to power 9 per liter, and platelets will be less than 20 into 10 raised to power 9 liters, and reticulocyte count less than 20 into 10 raised to power 9 per liter, and the marrow cellularity will be less than 25%. And the very severe cases, they will show neutrophil count of less than 0.2 into 10 raised to power 9 per liter. So for the severity of aplastic anemia, we usually see the absolute neutrophil count. If it is equal to or less than 1.5, we will label it as mild to moderate, and if it is less than 0.5, it is severe, and if it is less than 0.2 into 10 raised to power 9 per liter, then we will label it as severe, very severe aplastic anemia. The bone marrow, it will show hypoplasia with the loss of hematopoietic tissue and replacement of fat, which will comprises over 75% of the marrow. Trophine biopsy may show patchy cellular area and hypocellular background. The main cells present are lymphocytes and plasma cells. This line is very important. You should remember that in aplastic anemia, all the cell lines, they will be depressed, but the lymphocyte and the plasma cells, they will be prominent. Megakaryocytes in particular are severely reduced or absent. This is a picture of trophine biopsy showing aplastic anemia. This represents the fat, and the cells or the pinkish area, they are the cellular component. Usually the cellular components, they are more than the fatty area, but this picture but in aplastic anemia, the cellular components, they are replaced by the fats, and the cellular component, they are reduced. Prognosis. The prognosis is variable. Bone marrow transplantation, it is the treatment of choice in those with a suitable donor, and provides a 5-year survival of more than 75%. The older patient or those without suitable donor, they often respond well to immunosuppressive therapy. So for aplastic anemia, there are only there are usually two treatment plans. One is the bone marrow transplant and the immunosuppressive therapy. Thank you.